It's not the fantasy forecast, it's the breakfast with Bigz, brought to you by Chris's Smoked Pickles. We'll get into that in a little bit. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Happy, there's a couple of happy notes. Happy Bye-Mageddon. Yeah, 6 teams on bye today, so there's a lot of questions out there with starts and sits. Happy National Tight End Day. So a lot of those starts and sits questions have to do with tight ends and tight end matchups. That's what I'm here for. Here to talk to you all about that. Here to make you a breakfast cocktail. I need a breakfast cocktail really bad. I got to go to work, so what better time to knock out a cocktail than in the morning, right before you go to work. But I work in a liquor store. All right, let's go through some matchups. Maybe look at some injury notes. We have bad injury in Miami that is causing a lot of conniptions. We have Darren Waller surprisingly going to the IR, and Tanner Hall, who was supposed to take over for him, is now not going to play, which means that Greg Dulcich, he of the epic flow, may have some upside today. Tanner Connor is going to play. How much faith do you have in Tanner Connor? I know I don't. There's a lot of stuff. Biggest matchup today, biggest smash on the offensive side of the ball is the Denver Broncos wide receiver core. They're playing against Dallas. Dallas gives up tons and tons and tons. So if you are sitting on Marvin Mims, Courtland Sutton, Bo Nix, you're probably going to have a good day. Troy Franklin. So start all those guys. Green Bay Packers have a pretty juicy matchup against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh gives up a lot of points. Pittsburgh is not good against the passing game. So Jordan Love, Tucker Kraft, Romeo Doubs, fire them up. Let's see. New York Jets. Justin Fields is playing. Now, I talked about this on one of our shows. I believe it was the fantasy forecast, but start show, but it could have been. I think it was the forecast start show. Anyway, Justin Fields he was questionable to play. They were talking about Tyrod Taylor, but I noticed something in the notes that I brought up on the show and asked Mike to make a short of. In week 2, week 6, and week 7, Justin Fields played the Buffalo Bills, Denver Broncos, and Carolina Panthers. All of those are good defensive and tough defensive matchups for fantasy quarterbacks. And he had 4.98 points against Buffalo, 5.4 against Denver, and 4.54 against Carolina. In week 1, week 4, and week 5, he played Pittsburgh, Miami, and Dallas. Those are 3 of the best matchups in fantasy for fantasy quarterbacks. He had 33, 31, and 32 points. So you guys know how Dak Prescott, every year he has a boom year, and then the next year he has a bust year, and then repeat. Justin Fields this year has been that way week by week. And this is the week that he plays the Cincinnati defense, who is just as bad as Dallas and worse than Pittsburgh. So, and he got the start because Tyrod Taylor is out. I don't know what Aaron Glenn is doing. He has an 0-7 team. They're trash. And he goes out and says, I'm not going to name a starter. Justin Fields is your starter. He's the guy that you went out and you signed to a 2-year contract, gave him $5 million a year or whatever. He's your starter. Don't do that, idiot. I'm just mad at the Jets because they're worse than the Raiders. All right. What's up, Zach? Good morning, sir. Dad Bod, you were asking a ton of questions on Thursday. Juwan Jennings, Marvin Mims, Butte, or Matt Golden at wide receiver 2. Juwan Jennings is my guy. Butte's nice. Mims and Golden both have pretty good matchups. But I think I order them in this. I rank them in this exact order. Juwan, when Juwan Jennings is healthy and Brandon Ayuk is not on the field, Juwan Jennings is the wide receiver 1 in San Francisco. We saw what happened when he came back. What happened to Kendrick Bourne? He had a very, very small game, and Ricky Pearsall is not playing. So I'm firing up Juwan Jennings. Marvin Mims might boom. But looking at the matchup, I mean, Denver, this is going to be a shootout. So it's not going to be a running back battle. Booty has Cleveland. That's a big fade. Cleveland's defense is one of the best in the NFL. And Matthew Golden, Golden has a really, really good matchup against the Steelers, but he's also not the primary target. So Tucker Kraft, Romeo Dobbs, those guys. Matthew Golden could have a good week, but it's not one that you can count on. You can count on Juwan Jennings. Or I shouldn't say that. I should say it's more likely it's Juwan Jennings, because we're not in the business of predicting what's going to happen. We're in the business of analyzing what's most likely to happen. All right. And then Henry, Otten, or Goddard. I saw some flashes from Mayfield and Otten last week that kind of made me sit up a little bit. Where is that? There it is. Okay. How does New Orleans play against the tight ends? They're towards the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're ranked 11th in most points allowed to tight ends. Who else was it? Henry against Cleveland. That'd be a no from me, dog. Well, I guess the Saints are 11th in points against tight ends. Cleveland is 14th. And then the other one was Goddard. And Goddard has the Giants. I'm going Goddard in that one. Goddard is the dude that I'm going with. All right. Okay. Other big matchups. I got done talking about Justin Fields. Smash Justin Fields. All the New York Jets. If the Jets are going to get a win this year, and I hope they do, because the Raiders aren't, and it would be nice for the Raiders to have the first pick in the draft. I mean, this could be one. They could beat the Bengals. Cleveland Browns. I love Harold Fannin this week. And whoever they're playing at wide receiver. And the Titans have good matchups. On our starts show, I said start Alec A. Manor. But if you have come here, DK, he's a good start to fire up too. All right, so you might be wondering why my background is my background, and I'll tell you, it has to do with this cocktail I'm about to make. This background is the Canary Islands. It's off the coast of Spain. It's it might be a Spanish territory. I can't say that for 100% sure. But it's a destination spot for a lot of European people. And there's a coffee drink that they serve that we're about to have that looks super delicious, and I'm about to make it for you and show you how to do it. Hey there, friend. Bigz here. It's time we had a conversation about a dilemma facing most Americans. I'm talking about PDD, pickle deficiency disorder. You or someone you know loves pickles and suffers from PDD. Thankfully, there's someone to help. Chris's Smoked Pickles. Chris is doing big things up in Big Lake, Alaska, mainly making the best freaking pickles you've ever had. Chris's Smoked Pickles come in 3 flavors: regular, jalapeno, and my favorite, habanero. That's for the chili heads. He's also making these flavors in a jarred relish, perfect for hot dogs or other sandwiches. The smoky brine is also fantastic in a dirty martini. If pickles aren't your thing, don't worry. Chris is also smoking various cheeses and meat sticks. And he makes a trail mix. You can find Chris's Smoked Pickles on Facebook and reach out to him on Messenger, or call him or text at the number on the bottom of the screen. Use hashtag Bigz in the message for a special deal exclusive to my viewers. Don't live another day with PDD. Order from Chris's Smoked Pickles now. All right, this drink I'm about to make is called a baraquito. Baraquito. All right, and we got a recipe right here. Baraquito. So I'm going to start with a glass. And this glass is going 3/4 of an ounce of sweetened condensed milk. So let me get all that in there. I saw this drink on a TV show and it looked really interesting. And kind of the cool thing about it is that it's a layered drink and it has coffee in it. So if you want to boost it, you can do you can add Mr. Black or Shaking Whip or a coffee liqueur, something like that. I was very gauche to get that off my fingers. All right. And then after you add the sweetened condensed milk, you go with a shot of Liqueur 43. This is kind of a butterscotchy flavor Spanish liqueur. It's pretty good. And I'm going to pour it. Let's see how I can do this. Pour it slowly over a spoon. So you get that layered effect. And this is for when you're serving it. You do that. Now, I don't like hot coffee. I prefer my coffee iced or cold brew or what have you. But the next thing is going to be for 2 ounces of 3.5 ounces of frothed milk. Oh, that's the wrong cup. And I brought up my frother with me. Okay, that's pretty good and frothed. That'll go in over the spoon. And a few ounces of espresso. Okay. And it looks like this. Clean that up a little bit. It looks like this. It's a layered coffee liqueur drink. And I think that's pretty special. They serve it with a lemon slice in Spain, but I don't really want to do that. And so then it comes to your table like this, and then you're supposed to mix it up yourself. And oh, it's delicious. Oh, it's delicious. Make a barraquito for yourself. I promise you, you'll like it. It'll get the day started right. It's a little bit of an eye opener. And if that's all we got today, folks, go ahead and watch Spilled Coffee next.